Good morning. My name is Amelia Lee here with you on this Friday, February 7th, and the time is 5:30 on the dot. It's now time to check on in with our friend meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at the forecast. Megan, we have had some severe weather coming through eastern Kentucky with some floods, some other things like that happening throughout our region. So what can folks expect today as we work to head out the door, go to work on this Friday, and then go into our weekend?
Good news is for today, we are looking nice and clear for the most part. Now, as you're heading out this morning, you could expect maybe a little bit of a drizzle or two, especially as you're heading more towards the southern counties. But those temperatures are not going to be looking too bad as you're heading out the door. We're looking at jackets, maybe a heavy coat in some places, really looking in the 30s and 40s, mostly the upper 30s at that. As we head into the afternoon, those temperatures will be warmer, but not as warm as we saw yesterday, looking at the 50s and the mid-50s as you're traveling more towards the south. Now, what I want to notice about this is as we go into tomorrow, those temperatures will warm up into the 60s. So with that is a big temperature difference as we're going through the next couple of hours, which will be continuing to fuel that system that we will be seeing tomorrow. Here's that satellite and radar. Right now, we can see that radar loop clearing out as we're going through the morning, seeing just a little bit of clouds, but again, we'll be nice and dry as we're heading through most of today, seeing that chance of rain pick up as we're heading into the late evening hours. Amelia.
All right, thank you, Megan. Well, a major fire in Painesville left part of the downtown area closed for most of yesterday. Officials say they received the call just before 10 in the morning, saying there was a fire at Castle's Roofing and Gutters on Broadway. Painesville Fire Chief Edgar Pack says the ceiling of the structure collapsed and stories-high flames and smoke could be seen across town. Pack says the department was assisted by many nearby departments, helping to keep the community safe.
It is valuable to have all the resources available. We try to help everybody in our jurisdiction as well as the surrounding jurisdictions, and we all have mutual aid agreements to help one another.
The cause of the fire is still unknown. Officials urge caution when traveling in the area. Firefighters were called to a potentially explosive situation overnight on Thursday when a gas pump caught fire in Whitley County. The Woodbine Fire and Rescue responded to the call at the Canadadown Market. They quickly went to work using a dry chemical extinguisher and 300 gallons of water to put out the flames. After further investigation, firefighters discovered that no gas was leaking from the pump. Reports say lightning could have something to do with the fire. A Madison County community is mourning the loss of 42-year-old Tommy Ryson. He was shot and killed Monday night in Berea. Robbie Pearson says he was Ryson's friend through active addiction and recovery. He even had Ryson working with him at his construction business. Pearson says Ryson's sudden death is difficult to handle.
He was going nowhere but up. Seeing him go from one lifestyle to another, man, like, I know God is real. He placed us together for a reason.
75-year-old Stephen Gerlaff is charged with the murder of Ryson. He's being held on a $200,000 bond. A Laurel County woman is facing charges after she reportedly allowed her daughter to swallow a bag of meth. Police were called to a home last Wednesday off Laurel Road, Church Road. When deputies arrived, they found a bag containing a substance believed to be meth. Deputies later tested the substance, which came out positive as meth. A 15-month-old child was taken to a local hospital. Jessica Mills was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. The Floyd County school system placed a custodian on administrative leave following the discovery of illegal drugs. The custodian worked at May Valley Elementary. Deputies with the sheriff's office launched an investigation which led to an arrest warrant being issued. The custodian was then arrested. The name was not released. One Eastern Kentucky sheriff's office could be getting new body armor soon. Officials with the Pike County Judge Executive's office say the sheriff's department was approved to get new bulletproof vests. A grant was signed to purchase 17 vests. The initiative is part of the Body Armor Grants program with the Office of Attorney General Russell Coleman. Earlier this week, we told you about Middlesboro independent schools closing the rest of the week because of illness. At least 2 more schools have announced there will not be in-person classes today. Bell County officials announced there will be no school, as well as officials with Redbird Christian School in Clay County. Officials with Redbird Christian say it will not be an NTI day. A Wilmore, Kentucky woman made quite the discovery after receiving results from a DNA kit. That discovery led to a shocking diagnosis. Destiny Quinn has this story.
A DNA kit can tell you a lot about your history, but what most people don't know is that it can also tell you about your future.
I've been dealing with it for years, just it didn't have a face, it didn't have a name. I didn't know what I was dealing with.
In December of 2022, Debbie Moody purchased a 23andMe DNA testing kit.
My dad passed away from hemochromatosis, which is a blood disorder, and I wanted not only to connect with relatives, but to also get the genetic part of it, and I knew that it would at least tell me if I was, a carrier.
She was a carrier, but not for the blood disorder.
Cystic fibrosis, it had said that I had a variant.
Cystic fibrosis is a genetic disorder that causes the body to produce thick mucus that can clog airways and other organs. Most people are diagnosed by age 2.
For years, I would always have like upper respiratory infections, and it would take me forever to get over them, and a couple antibiotics to try to, get me through. Nobody ever realized.
Debbie also had issues digesting food and had been diagnosed with pancreatic enzyme insufficiency. She had thought for years it was caused by a previous surgery.
While looking into what caused the pancreatic enzyme insufficiency, it basically said it could be my stomach surgery or it could be cystic fibrosis.
Because of the DNA test kit results, she started pushing for further testing from her doctors.
3 weeks later, I get a call from her, and she said, I am absolutely blown away. She said, all it would tell me was you are a carrier.
A diagnosis 62 years in the making, but one Debbie says she's grateful for.
I'm so thankful for 23andMe, for the information they provided. Had they not, it's hard telling how long it would have been before I found out and what damage it would have done to my lungs. Right now it's attacked my pancreas, but it's a matter of time for it's my lungs and other organs.
Debbie has a mutation of cystic fibrosis, meaning it presents differently than normal cases. She's now on the proper medicine and has this message for anyone watching.
When something's not right and you know it's not right, you push, to get the health care you deserve and you need.
Debbie is excited to share that she has a new grandson, and they were thankful to learn he is not a cystic fibrosis carrier. Just ahead, the countdown to Super Bowl 59 is underway, but football fans in New Orleans are looking forward to more than just the big game.
Plus, I'll have an update on the system we're tracking this weekend.